Did a science fiction novel from 1993 predict the future? Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Roseanne and this is actually my second channel, and today I am going to be talking about these two books. Here, let's take a closer look. Taking a closer look at both of these books, the first is Parable of the Sower, the second is Parable of the Talents. Both were written by Octavia E Butler in the 90s. They are a dystopian science fiction books. They're centered around the current timeline and a little bit afterwards. And wow, some of the stuff in here has come to be, and it's just been wild to read a book from the 90s that kind of predicted the future. I recommend both of these books. They are heavy reading in places, and there is some stuff in there that's triggering, but it kind of adds to the story. You know, it isn't just there for the sake of being shocking. So yeah, I definitely recommend these if you haven't read them. Especially if you're in the US over the last year. It's just kind of mind-blowing at how much of a parallel there is between the current reality and these books that predicted what it would be like in this timeline. Back at the end of November, just a few days before Thanksgiving, I read this Parable of the Sower by Octavia E Butler. I have the 30th anniversary edition with a foreword from LeVar Burton. So this book was published in '93 and the timeline is the 2020s. So now basically, and it really just blew my mind to read this and see some of the parallels between the novel from '93 and what the last year, well, 2 years has been like here in the United States. I just love this book. It was heavy reading for sure. By the time I finished it, I needed a week of just lighthearted fantasy reading before moving on to Parable of the Talents, the second book. Now, this copy was gifted to me by a family member. It was theirs, and they downsized some of their books. So I was glad that I only needed to purchase this first copy. The second book, amazing as well. It has a copyright date of '98, so 5 years after Parable of the Sower. And the timeline in this one is the 2030s onward. So it's been kind of cool to see some writing about the near future, you know, from now. My cat just walked through here. Hopefully he doesn't knock down the tripod. No? Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, this was incredible. It was a heavier read even than the first book. So I absolutely loved it, but I needed some time to kind of process everything. And oh wow, I have learned that I just love Octavia E Butler's writing, and now I want to read all of her books. I've ordered a few more, so I'll probably be talking about those later on. I definitely recommend these books if you are a fan of classic science fiction. I can't believe it took me this long to get around to reading them. But the fact of the matter is, when I was younger, I read a lot of horror. And then as I got older, I got into fantasy and then into sci-fi. I do like a lot of science fiction, comic books and whatnot. When I was younger, I did like that. But actual sci-fi novels, I was kind of behind on until my 30s. And now that's as far as fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy is about all I read anymore. So yeah, like I said, these are very good. I definitely recommend them if you're into the vintage or classic sci-fi. I don't know what my next video is going to be about. It's going to probably be about more books, but if you enjoyed watching this, please do give it a like and subscribe.